Hi everyone, welcome back to second lecture. In first lecture, I covered the topics of what is remote sensing, what is how the remote sensing useful for us. So, what is the basic concept of remote sensing? What is the stage in remote sensing? What is the advantage of remote sensing? What is the difference between in situ measurements and technical remote sensing measurements? So, these are all I covered these topics in my first lecture. Today, we are going to discuss about classification of remote sensing. What is the classification? How to classify the remote sensing process? Based on the source, they are classified into two types. First one, active remote sensing. Second one, passive remote sensing. Before going to discuss about active and passive, first you should know what is the reflected radiation, what is the emitted radiation, what is the backscattering radiation. So, if you observe this figure, here sun is the source. Sun always emits electromagnetic radiation towards the earth surface. Whenever the electromagnetic radiation incident on the earth surface, at earth surface, two processes takes place. First one, absorption takes place, second one, reflection takes place. So, this absorption radiation leads to rise the temperature of the earth surface. For example, I will show to you. See, here at the beginning of the sunrise, means at 6 a.m., earth surface absorbs the radiation from the sun. Some radiation is reflected from here, some radiation is absorbed, absorption takes place here. This absorbed radiation leads to rise the temperature of the earth surface, then earth surface start the emitted radiation to the atmosphere. So, the maximum radiation radiated to atmosphere at 2 p.m. or 12 p.m. At 6 p.m. reflection radiation from the earth surface, at 2 p.m. emitted radiation coming from the earth surface. What is the source of reflected radiation? Sun. What is the source of emitted radiation? Earth surface. Why? Because at the beginning of the sunrise, we get only reflected radiation from the earth surface. After some time, the temperature of the earth surface increases, then above 0 Kelvin, all material on the earth surface emits the some heat radiation, thermal radiation or emitted radiation. So, these are two radiations. So, this line is platform, this is the sensor, this is the platform, this is the sensor. So, this sensor sensing the reflected radiation in the presence of the sunlight. See, this sensor capturing the reflected radiation in the presence of the sunlight, that sensing is called passive remote sensing. In the same, this is the platform, this is S is sensor, P is the platform, means this is a satellite. Sensor always on board inside the satellite. Sensor always capturing the radiation from the earth surface. So, this sensor sensing the emitted radiation or sensor capturing the emitted radiation. So, this sensing is called, this is called also passive remote sensing. So, this is the emitted radiation. So, you feel some heat, that is why this is called thermal radiation. In the electromagnetic spectrum, I will explain to you in the electromagnetic spectrum. Why? Because everything is wave. So, it is coming from sun to itself like this wave. This is the electromagnetic wave. This is also electromagnetic waves. So, this radiation coming from the earth surface like this. So, this is the emitted radiation, this is the reflected radiation. Reflected radiation, source of the reflected radiation is sun, source of the emitted radiation is earth. So, reflected radiation capturing by the sensor, that is called in the presence of the sunlight, the reflected radiation capturing by the sensor, that is called passive sensor. In the presence of the sunlight means in the presence of the source, means here earth surface, the emitted radiation capturing from the earth surface, that is also called passive remote sensing. Okay. So, here I will explain based on the electromagnetic spectrum, they will divide into three remote sensing, then later I will explain to you. Now, you have clear idea about what is reflected radiation, what is emitted radiation. Now, so here reflective remote sensing, second one emissive remote sensing. Reflected radiation, what is the source of reflected radiation is sun. So, radiation is reflected radiation, source is emissive radiation, source is earth surface, radiation emitted radiation. Okay. Now, enter into active and passive remote sensing. Remote sensors fall into two general categories, active and passive remote sensing. So, here what is active remote sensing, what is passive remote sensing? Both involve the measurement of reflected or emitted energy across the specific portion of the electromagnetic spectrum. I will explain the what is electromagnetic spectrum. Why? Because without electromagnetic radiation, we can't do any measurements from the sensor. That is why first of all we have clear idea about electromagnetic spectrum. So, I will explain later, next topic electromagnetic radiation, next electromagnetic spectrum. So, here we have some idea about the active sensor. If you want to get the radiation from earth surface, that is that radiation is till now we learned reflected radiation and emitted radiation. Here active and passive. Passive means emitted, reflected. I already showed to you reflected, emitted. So, passive sensors measures the reflected emitted radiation from the sunlight, in the presence of the sunlight only. When the sun shine, passive sensor measures this energy. Okay. See, passive sensors always measures the reflected radiation and emitted radiation only. What about active? Active sensors, its own source of light illumination, in particular, it actively sends a pulses and measures the backscattered reflected back to the sensor. So, active sensor, its own source of itself its own source. So, I will explain, I will give you the example what is the this is the backscattering radiation. See here new terminology, backscattering radiation. Till now I explained these two. Now, what is the backscattering radiation? I will explain. See, for example, when you take a picture, for example, I took a photograph from you in the presence of flash. Then what happened? Camera, for example, I will show to you. This is the mobile. This mobile is a platform. This camera is a sensor. If I switch on the flash, whenever I took photograph by you, so then if I take your photograph by using flash on, what happened? The light ray incident on you and recorded, then the light ray after incident on you, the light ray reflected by this camera. So, reflected means this is the backscattering radiation. So, here what happened? The light ray incident from my camera on you and backscatter radiation recorded by this camera. Okay. So, this is called active remote sensing. This is the best example, active remote sensing. So, here it acts as a source. That is why it is sends pulses to target and backscattering radiation recorded by the target. This is called active remote sensing. For example, passive remote sensing. So, if I take your photograph by using this camera without switching on the flash of the camera, then this is passive type of remote sensing. What happened in this case? The mobile capturing signals reflected by you. So, the reflected radiation came from where? Already existing source is present in the universe. So, the sunlight incident on the light rays on you, then the reflected radiation is recorded by the camera. This is called passive remote sensing. What is the difference between these two? Source acts as a platform, acts as a source, that is active remote sensing. In the absence of the source, reflected radiation captured by the target, that is called passive remote sensing. Here I will give you some example figure. This is, you see, it is a side looking sensor that sends its own pulse to the earth surface. First it bounces off the ground, then it bounces again off a building. Finally, it returns back to the sensor again. Actually, this type of backscattering is called double bounce backscattering. Here what happened? See, the sensor sends the pulses, incident pulse on the earth surface, then it bounces to building, it bounces back to building, then the reflected, the backscattered radiation coming from the building. This is called double bounce scattering. So, here what happened? Platform acts as a source. So, in the absence of the sunlight, here no sun radiation. So, the sun is in the absence of the sunlight, platform acts as a source, then the platform sends the signal to the target, then after reflection, after reflection, the backscattering radiation recorded by the source, it is called active remote sensing. So, in this process of interaction of the earth surface, some interactions is going on the earth surface. See here, some reflections are, this is the specular reflection, this is single reflection, single bounce reflection. Single bounce reflection means here when the light ray incident on the smooth surface, it gives the single reflection from the surface. This is called single bounce reflection. This is a specular reflection. Surface always, in this case, surface always smooth, like water body, smooth roads. It gives the single reflection. Here, diffuse reflection. Diffuse reflection means it is always reflection in any direction, not only particular direction. Here you see here in a particular direction, all radiations are reflected from the target, but here what happened? In any direction, not only single direction, in different directions it is reflected, in all directions it is reflected. This is diffuse reflection. See here, specular reflection with light, they will show here, they showed here. Specular reflection, this is the smooth plate, this is the rough surface. Rough surface zigzag motion, see the zigzag area, that is why it gives the specular reflection, diffuse reflection. It is radiated in all directions, but it radiates in one particular direction. That is called a difference between single reflection and diffuse reflection. Single reflection or specular reflection are both are same. Specular reflection always occurred on the smooth surface, diffuse reflection always occurred on the rough surface. See what happened here, see this is the single reflection, incident angle how much, same, reflecting angle also same, both are angles are same, smooth surface. This is the smooth surface, this is the single bounce reflection, this is a reflection takes place here. In the presence of this is the sun, in the presence of the sun, single reflection takes place here. Same rough surface, it reflects in it scattered reflection in any direction. So, and this is a single reflection. Then this is the volume scattering. Volume scattering means if you observe here, here one single reflection and double reflection also takes place. In volume scattering, so many reflections also takes place. That is called volume scattering. So, this is double bounce scattering. See here, when the ray is incident on the ground, reflected towards the building and again reflected towards the sensor. This is called double bounce scattering. Here also see, this is the tree trunk, this is the soil. When the light ray incident on the soil and get reflected towards the tree trunk and rebounds from the tree trunk, that is called double bone scattering. We will also, these are all important analysis from data. These reflections are very important to analysis the satellite data. Based on the reflections, we can easily interpret the satellite images features on the earth surface on the satellite image. See here where the single reflection occurring. See here, when the low wavelength radiation incident on the forest, then it only tree canopy, it reflection from tree canopy. This is single reflection. So when the single reflection means when incident and take in particular direction, it is single reflection. This is, see, this is the volume scattering, volume back scattering. This is the reflection takes place in passive remote sensing. Back scattering radiation we are discussing active remote sensing. See here two remote sensing, one is passive remote sensing. In passive remote sensing we always discussed in discussing about reflected radiation and emitted radiation, but here back scattering radiation. So here a single bounce takes place, then the volume scattering, here single and double bounce also happened. This is the volume back scattering, this is the double bounce back scattering radiation from the this is water, this blue color is water. It takes incident on the water and reflected to the tree trunk and go back to sensor. So the radiation reached to sensor. This is called double bounce scattering. So here surface back scattering, this is the double bounce scattering and specular scattering. See here if this is the grass, one surface scattering on the surface, then this is double bounce scattering. This is one of the example. See this these are all scattering occurs in between three: surface, diffuse and volume. So here what is active? So till now you learn about the passive and active. What happened in active case? For example, reflected radiation captured by the sensor, that is called passive remote sensing. In the case of active, what happened? Active case, sensor sends the pulses towards the target and same backscattering radiation also capturing from the target. So here outgoing radiation one direction, incoming radiation in other direction. Both are what happened? Superimposed in each other. Both are superimposed in each other. So it means superimposed means interference occurring in between incoming radiation, outgoing radiation. Whenever the interference occurring in between these incoming radiation, outgoing radiation, so that's why at that time satellites satellite record the pixel size, pixel forms satellite recording. So satellites always recording the data in pixel form, black and white pixel form. Why? Because in active case sensor acts as itself acts as a source. That is why sensor always sends the pulses outgoing radiation towards the surface and then incoming radiation from the target. Both are superimposed here, at that time. So interference occurring, that interference are two types. One is constructive interference and destructive interference. See constructive interference, what happened? Constructive interference, two amplitudes are superimposes, then we will get the maximum amplitude. So due to the constructive interference we will get the bright fringe, bright pixel. See here due to the destructive interference, one is crust, another one is trough, both are superimposed in each other, then we will get the dark fringe. So like that whenever the sensor capturing the radiation recorded in the form of pixels, black and white in the case of active remote sensing, in a case of active remote sensing. So it is called micro remote sensing. So see here sensor sends the pulses and capturing high radiometric constructive. One is radar image appear like this, one bright fringe, another dark fringe. This is the bright and dark. So this dark fringe happened due to the destructive combination. Destructive means why the destructive happened like this. One is crust, one is trough. These two are superimposed, then we will get the dark fringe. Result is 0. Here result is maximum. So that's why destructive interference we will get the dark fringe on the satellite image. Here dark fringe happened in the satellite image. Here constructive combination high radiometry. So constructive due to the constructive interference, these two incoming and outgoing two radiations are interference each other, then the maximum bright fringe was formed on the satellite image. This is the radar image. If you see radar image, then we will get the bright fringe. This is entire I am discussing about how the satellite recorded how the satellite radiation recorded in the form of pixels. So how the satellite capturing the radiation from the target in the form of pixels, that pixels appear bright and fringe, the constructive and destructive. So active remote sensing. Active remote sensing example of one image I will show to you. See here, this is the specular reflection. Specular reflection, I already told you, specular reflection, this is the active remote sensing image. This is the active remote sensing image. In the case of active remote sensing only, the image appear like this, black and white pixels. Why? Because in case of active remote sensing only, satellite acts as a source, that's why sends the pulses to the target and backscattering radiation recorded by the target. That's why in these two, target and sensor, between so much of waves are interference each other. That's why we will get the constructive and destructive constructive fringe and destructive fringe. Black and white pixels are formed. That's why this is the black fringe, this is the white fringe. Black fringe, white fringe we have formed. Whenever you see this image, after pre-processing we will get this image. The RAM image is not like this. So in the RAM image we could not get any data from the TRA image. After pre-processing only we will get this image. This is, see, this is double bone scattering. It is a double bones. Double bones means buildings. Specular reflection means single reflection. Smooth surface are gives the specular reflection. So this diffuse scattering, this is the forest area. This forest area, this is the water body beyond the forest area. Some distance, this is the this, see here, road network. This bright pixels are double bone scattering. Takes the double bone scattering here, buildings, city. Like that we can analysis the image. We can analysis the image of active remote sensing image example. This is the example of active remote sensing image. Now here the capability to collect imagery night and day. Here active remote sensing always capturing the radiation from the earth surface, and day and night it is working. Why? Because it acts as a source. In the case of passive remote sensing only in the presence of the sunlight only acting. That's why. Next, see, this is the active and passive. It sends the pulses, it records the pulses, sends the pulses and records the pulses. These two are superimposed in each other. Then we will get the interference. Due to the interference of constructive, destructive interference was happened. That's why bright and fringe are formed in the satellite image. Here what happened? In the presence of the sunlight, here source is sunlight, here source is sensor only. Sensor acts as a source. Here sunlight is a natural source, acts as a source. So sends the radiation. This is the reflected radiation. This blue is backscattering radiation. This is reflected radiation. This is the main concept of remote sensing. If you understand this, then you can easily understand the further topics. Reflected, emitted, backscattered. Then this is the passive remote sensing image. Passive remote sensing image means this is the See here what happened, this is false color combination. False color combination, then multispectral image. Multispectral image, this is the multispectral image. Bright white is building. This see, these are all some white in appear on the image. These are all appears. This white is show the building. Then darkest shade of in water. This is the these are all water. This is the road, and this red is indicates the forest area. So forest. Green always appears on the satellite image like red. I will explain why it's appear like this. Is the called false color combination. This is the LIS4 image, satellite image, multispectral image. This is passive remote sensing image. Difference between passive and active. You are you able to understand? I think this is the passive remote sensing image, that is active remote sensing image. Active remote sensing we will get only bright and dark pixels, but passive remote sensing appears like this. See, this is the true image. This is the true color image. Whenever you take any any forest area by using your mobile, then the forest appears green on the image. Whenever you take satellite image in the forest area, appears red. So this is the red. Green appears red. This is C. This is the red color. This is red color, green. This is dark shade, darkest shade of color. This C. This is the some water flowing in this direction. This is also water body. So how it is appear in the satellite image? This is the water body. This is a satellite image. That is a after changing the band combination. After changing the band combination, when we get this image. So this is the true image. Then this is after changing the blue, green, red. We will change the band combination 1, 2, 3. I will tell you in the practical section how to change the band combination, and further classes I will explain what is a band, what is spectrum, what is wavelength. These are all very important to understanding this analysis of these images. So I think you understanding about passive and active remote sensing. This is the FCC, this is the true color. These two are difference between these two. You see, this is the road appears in the satellite image like this. This is the green appears. This is the red forest area. This blue appears like here blue. These are all features on the Earth surface from satellite image, LIS4 image. This is the multispectral image. This is the true image, true color image. So what is the passive and active? Passive is the source is sun. In case of active, source is its own source. Next, either reflected energy or emitted energy. It is passive sensor always capturing the reflected energy and emitted energy, but active sensor always capture the backscattering radiation. Always capture the backscattering radiation. And in the daytime only, in the presence of the sunlight only, the sensor capturing this radiation, but all weather capability, day and night also it is acting. So active sensor are able to obtain the measurement at any time, day and night only. It is any time if you want data from active sensor, you will get the data on the Earth surface. Okay, these are all. Then what is electromagnetic radiation? What is meant by electromagnetic radiation? Electromagnetic radiation consists of electric component and magnetic component. These are these vibrations are always perpendicular direction of the propagation wave. Propagation direction should not be changed, but the vibration of the particle of electric component and magnetic component are changed. So electric component, magnetic component vibration changed in the direction of the perpendicular direction of the propagation wave. This is called electromagnetic radiation. Both fields are travel at the speed light. See, what is a wave? How the wave is produced? Basically, what is wave? Why? Because without wave nature, without wave, we could not know, we could not explain the electromagnetic wave, electromagnetic radiation. So what is a wave? When the wave is produced, why the wave is produced? Here, whenever the particle is oscillating, whenever the particle is vibrating its own position, then only the wave is produced. So, oscillation, that oscillation is periodically, this oscillation is periodically movement that transport energy from one point to another point. So, what is wave? Wave particles are vibrating its own position. The energy carried from one particle to another particle, one place to another place. The energy from sun to earth surface, the energy is transmitted through vibrating particles only. Particles not change their own position, but energy is changing from one form to another form. Energy is transmitted to one place to another place. That is called wave. So, what is the energy of the wave? E is equal to h into mu. This is mu, not V. This is mu. So, lambda mu is equal to c by lambda. So, c by lambda E into h c by lambda. Here h c by lambda, E is equal to h c by lambda. Lambda is the wavelength, mu is the frequency, E is the energy, c is the speed of light. So, electromagnetic radiation can be described by its amplitude, brightness, wavelength, frequency and period by the equation of this. See here, if you observe this, whenever the sun emitted the radiation towards the earth surface, the electromagnetic radiation coming from that from sun to earth surface, some photons. Photon consists of some energy. That energy is called h mu. So, this is the if you observe, this is the sun the sun is the propagation direction. Black line indicates the propagation direction towards the earth surface. This is this blue line indicates electric field. This red line represents magnetic field. So, these electric field and magnetic field are propagating in perpendicular direction of the vibrating perpendicularly to the propagation direction. See, propagation direction from sun to earth surface should not be changed, but magnetic field and electric field vibrating its perpendicular direction of the propagation wave. These two are changed. See, this blue line once up comes to up and red line comes to down. Blue line comes to up, red line comes to down. Means electric field goes to up. See here, electric field goes to up, magnetic field goes to down. So, up and down vibrating. But if you observe the black line, see sun to earth surface, black line should not be changed. Black line should not be changed. Only vibrating particles, only vibrating its own position from up and down, to and forth motion. So, the oscillating electric and magnetic fields are regenerating each other. The wave propagate through the space. The frequency of electromagnetic wave is equal to the frequency of oscillating of charge. So, here what is frequency? What is frequency? Frequency is nothing but a number of oscillations per 1 second. Number of oscillations per 1 second, that is called frequency. So, here if you see, this is the electric field, this is the magnetic field, this is the propagation direction. Both three components are perpendicularly each other. So, here when the particle is moving up, then the crust is formed. When the particle is moving down, the trough is formed. See, again the crust is formed, again the trough is formed. Here what source here, sun energy is transmitted from sun to the earth surface due to the vibrating of the particles. Particles should not be changed from 0 to x, only energy is changing, energy is transmitted through the particle. Particle always carrying energy, that is only. Particle always transmitted the energy to next particle. So, that is why whenever the electric field goes to up, the crust is formed. Whenever the electric field goes to down, the trough is formed. Magnetic field goes to down, the trough is formed. Then magnetic field comes this, electric field comes this. Like that, the wave is formed due to the vibrating of the particle. See here, moving of particles like this up and down, moving the particle, the propagation wave in this direction, the particles are moving up and down around their mean position. Particles always up and down around their mean position. I already showed the in this figure, the particles are moving up and down around this space. Now this wave is moving in this direction, means x direction, along x direction. When the wave is moving around x direction, then the wave crust and trough is formed, then the wavelength is formed, then the frequency, wavelength and time period, amplitude, displacement, everything we want to learning from the wave. So why? Because without waves, without a source, we could not imagine the remote sensing. Source is major important for remote sensing. Source always emits the electromagnetic waves. Any source, that is tube light also, natural source also, artificial source, natural source, maybe any source, waves are main important. Wave characteristics are very important. So why? Because shortest wavelength radiation, longest wavelength radiation, this we want to learn in further classes. That's why wavelength. What is wavelength? Wavelength is nothing but a distance between two crust or two trough. This is the distance between two crust is called wavelength. See, this is wavelength. From here to here, this is also wavelength. From here to here, this is also wavelength. This is called wavelength. Wavelength always denoted by lambda. Now, what is the frequency? Frequency means number of oscillations per 1 second is called frequency. Here you see how many number of oscillations for this wave, first, second, third. So first cycle, second cycle, third cycle, means number of oscillations, 3 oscillations. So what is the frequency of this wave? 3 Hz. Then you can say like that. So this is the frequency. Wavelength means the distance between two crust or trough, or you can define like this also, the distance between two nodes and antinodes. Where is the antinode and node? This is the antinode. This peak value, this peak position is called antinode. This mean position is called node. This is the mean position. From the particle is goes to mean position, from mean position to extreme position, from here to here you will get, I will show to you one thing. So here we want to know characteristics of the wave. So here particle is vibrating. See, here particle is vibrating, mean position to extreme position to mean position, again mean position to extreme position to mean position. So the particle is vibrating like this. Whenever the particle is vibrating, then this is 0, this is 0. Here this is 1, this is 1, this is 2, 3, 4. One cycle is completed here. So that's why 0 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4. Like this, one oscillation is completed. Like this, one oscillation was completed. Another oscillation was completed. So whenever the particle is vibrating their own position, then only the wave is formed. When the wave is formed, then the wave having some characteristics. One is, this is see, vibrating particle means electric component, this is the magnetic component. Like that, another electric component, magnetic component, electric component, like that the vibrating. And the wave is formed. This is the amplitude of this wave, this is the wavelength of this wave. Wavelength means this is the crust, this is also crust. The distance between two crusts is called wavelength. This is the maximum displacement, this is also displacement, this is also displacement from mean position, this is also displacement, this is also displacement. These are all displacements from mean position. So maximum displacement is amplitude. This is the maximum displacement is amplitude. And frequency. Here frequency. What is frequency? Frequency nothing but a number of oscillations per 1 second. So here number of oscillations means one crust, one trough, one cycle completed. Another crust, another trough, second cycle is completed. So what is the frequency of this wave? 2 Hz. So Next, time period T indicates T. Time period is nothing but it will take time from for one oscillation. One oscillation, how much time it will take per that particle. That time taken per one oscillation is called time period. So this is the electromagnetic wave characteristics. So how the wave is produced? Due to the vibrating particle. If the particle is vibrating, then the wave is producing. Then the wave is producing like this. If the for example, if you the example is sun add water. If you send one thrown on the water body, then the water body waves are produced. So what happened? The stone pushed the particle on that, then the particles are vibrating. When the vibration is going on, then the water starts the wave nature. Same electromagnetic radiation like that only. Electro component, magnetic component are vibrating both each other, then and the wave is produced like that. Wave having some amplitude, amplitude means maximum displacement is amplitude. The distance between two crusts is called wavelength. The time taken per one oscillation is called time period, period of time period, and frequency. The number of oscillations per 1 second is called frequency. And phase means angle. It will measure the angle. Phase means the angle between two waves. Angle between two waves is called phase. The distance between two waves is called path. So phase angles also we can measure by using satellites, angles, distances, and time, and frequency, wavelength. These are all very important to understanding further topics. That's why I explained. So this is the trough and trough. This is the one oscillation per oscillation. One cycle is completed for one cycle time period. How much time it will take per one cycle is called time period. These are peaks. This is the antinode. This is also antinode. This is the antinode. The wavelength distance between two peaks are wavelength, and the amplitude like this. So what is frequency? Why? Because sensor always sends the waves to the earth surface. So whenever the sensor sends the waves, wave is generated vibrating particle. Due to the vibrating particle only, the waves are generated to the target. So wave having some frequency. Whenever you are studying about wave, you remember some terminology: frequency, wave having frequency, wavelength, phase, antinode, node, and time period, and amplitude, displacement, distance. These are all having wave characteristics. These are all we are studying in further data. Whenever you see the data, what is the frequency, what is the wavelength of sensor, what is the wavelength of data, what is the radiation of the wavelength. These are all we will study. What is the high frequency or low frequency, like that. If you observe here, see here, this is the frequency of the wave. So if the frequency, when compared to these two, which wave frequency is more? This wave. Number of cycles is more, then the frequency is more. See, number of cycles from crust to trough, one cycle is completed from here, then one other crust to another trough, second wave is completed. This is the mean position. This is mean position. This is the mean position of this wave, crust to trough, crust to trough, crust to trough. Okay, this is the high frequency. If you observe this distance, wavelength means length between length between two peaks. Two peaks means two antinodes or alternate crust and trough. So this is the wavelength. See here, wavelength. This is the wavelength. When wavelength, this is the wavelength. This is the wavelength. This is the wavelength. For you can observe the second wave. How much wavelength? Distance is more, the length is more in between two peaks. So length is more, that's why wavelength is more. It is a low frequency, only two cycles only. So cycles is low frequency. Wavelength is more. Which wave having low frequency, then that wavelength is more. Which wave has high frequency, the wavelength is less wavelength. So this is the shorter wavelength radiation. This is shorter wavelength radiation. Sun always emits the shorter wavelength radiation to the earth surface. We are all in visible region. I will explain the visible region in the electromagnetic spectrum. First you can understand this topic, what is the shorter wavelength radiation, what is the longer wavelength radiation. So in these two cycles, these two waves, this is shorter wavelength radiation. Shorter wavelength radiation having high frequency. Longer wavelength radiation has low frequency. So that's why the shorter wavelength, the higher the frequency, the longer wavelength is the lower frequency. Till now we explained what is remote sensing based on source. That remote sensing classified into two types. One is the active remote sensing, another one is passive remote sensing. What is the active remote sensing? Difference between what is the active and passive remote sensing? Passive remote sensing always capturing the radiation in the presence of the sunlight. Active remote sensing always it acts as a source, sends the pulses to the surface. See here, if you observe this is the so many sends pulses to the surface, target to the earth surface. Active remote sensing. So same backscattering radiation recorded by the sensor. So incoming radiation, outgoing radiation, both are interference each other. That's why we got so many interference takes place in between the sensor and target. That interference is constructive interference and destructive interference. Due to the constructive interference, we will get the bright fringe. Due to the destructive interference, I am talking about the active remote sensing only. Bright fringe, and due to the constructive and destructive dark fringe. So bright fringe and dark fringe formed on the satellite. So satellite captures whenever you see this active remote sensing image, you will get only black and white fringes. Why it's happened means, this is the reason why, because the interference takes place in between sun source and earth target. These are the difference between these two. And what is electromagnetic radiation, or what is the characteristics of electromagnetic radiation? Wavelength, time period, frequency, and phase, amplitude, displacement, low frequency and high frequency. What is the shorter wavelength radiation, what is the higher longer wavelength radiation. Till now today you learn these are all. Please watch this video. Next lecture we can continue next topic. You can watch my next video later. Thank you.